Say hi. Say hi, friends. Say hi. You look rough.
Yellow.
That's not yellow. What color is that?
Orange.
What color is this?
Red.
What color is this?
Huh.
No, what color? Okay, y'all. So, I was going to make a Facebook post because I just got back on Facebook like 2 days ago, right? And there's been some things that transpired during the time I was off social media. Like, it's been what, 3 months? And a lot has taken place.
Yellow.
Orange,
Orange.
blue,
Blue.
red.
Red. Orange.
What's another color?
Orange.
What color is the bear on your shirt?
Red.
What color is it? What color is mama's shirt? Look. Look, Boo. What color is this?
Yeah.
What color is my shirt?
Six.
What color is it?
Six.
You know what color my shirt is. Whoa. Kenzo, what color is mama's shirt? What color is this?
Pink.
Pink. What color is your shirt?
Six.
What color?
Red.
What color?
Red.
Nope. What color?
White.
No, it don't even look white. Brown. Tan. What color is, oh, I thought that was a bear. That's a dog. What color is the dog?
Duck.
What color? Say hi.
Say hi.
Y'all, it's a lot cooler in Arizona today. As we approach the summer, the fall, the summer is almost over, you guys. I was going to do a story time, but Kenzo, hi. How are you guys? So, it's story time, right? So, go throw that away. You being nasty. Throw your trash in the trash can. Mm-mm. You throw your trash. Let's go put our trash in the trash. In the trash can.
Okay.
Hey guys. So come on. Okay. It is, I don't know what time it is here. It's 10 something. Good job, Kenzo. You want your other half?
Yeah.
Good job. So we're eating popsicles. It's hot. But Kenzo, I have to cut his in half, right? Because Kenzo will bite the side. Once it gets so far down, he start biting it, and then popsicle be leaking everywhere. So I have to cut it in half for him. Besides, if I cut it in half, it make him believe he getting two instead of one. Yeah. So that's psychology. Um, so story time. Once upon a time, there was this woman, right? Actually, before she ever became a woman, she was a girl. And she was 16 years old. And she was pregnant with her first child. Yeah, kind of young to be pregnant, but it happens, right? However, while pregnant with her child, she was in the back seat. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop telling a story like that. However, okay, so when I was 16 years old, I was pregnant with my oldest son, and I was in the car with my mom, her boyfriend, and my little brother, and we had, I think I probably was, let's see, January, February, March, April. I was about 4 months, almost 4 months pregnant, about 4 months pregnant. However, we went to the store. It was this meat market in the city where I'm from, and it was across the street from a liquor store. And so it was like a party store, you know. So we were in the store, excuse me, shopping. And when we came out of the store, we were about to we got into the car. And as we were getting into the car, we could hear cars like skirting off, pulling off burning rubber from the party store across the street. Well, um, we get into the car because we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And we just, oh, thanks, Jimbo. Um, I we were getting into the car. We heard all of this going on, but because we just came out of the store, we didn't know what we were walking into. So we get into the car, and as we started to pull out of the parking lot, two guys ran across the parking lot from the other store into the parking lot we were in, shooting, right? And so they ran past. I looked around in the car, and out of the four people in the car, I was the only person still had my head up. I'm not really afraid of anything, and I think I was kind of in shock because I had never been that close to people shooting before. And so my little brother pulled me down, and once they passed through or whatever, and we were all able to lift our heads back up, my mother, hey Josh, so so my mother told everybody to check themselves, right? And so it was like feathers floating through the air, and everybody was checking themselves, and I pulled the sleeve back of my coat, and it was a bullet stuck in my hand. And the feathers were coming from my coat because my coat sleeve was like hanging over my hand. And so if y'all can see that right there. Hold on, Kenzo.
Hey.
What's up, mama? We're making a mess. Okay, hold on. Oh shoot! Here, get that piece. Whoa, mama making a mess. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, anyhow, so you can see this right here. It's a bullet hole, right? My left hand. So now, like everybody in the car going crazy, but especially me. I'm 16, y'all. It's April Fool's Day. I'm pregnant. Like I had never been experienced anything like that before, so I'm just like I'm going hysterical. And it's like before I looked at my hand, it wasn't. I didn't feel anything. It wasn't until I actually looked at the bullet hole that I'm feeling the pain now. It registered, right? So I can remember my mom, she was like going crazy. She told her boyfriend, because he was driving. It was like her boyfriend, excuse me, y'all, 1 second. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. So you can have it. What do you say?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. So, um, listen, when I tell you, so it didn't go through and through though. It went in and it fractured like the bones in my hand, and then the pressure from it was like pulsating. So the pressure from like the blood and stuff it kind of pushed the bullet back up out of my hand. I'm thinking it was like a smaller caliber. I was a kid. I don't know about no guns and bullets, but it seemed like it may have been like a smaller caliber or something. But I don't know. Y'all tell me. So anyhow, so my mom, she was like going crazy. She like, go run them over, because it was like her boyfriend was driving. She was on the passenger side in the front seat, and then I was behind the driver, and my brother was behind my mother on the passenger side. And so she like, go run them over, go. Yes, and I'll get to that. I'm gonna answer your question in a minute, okay? There are some like full mobility. I'll tell you that I'm a licensed cosmetologist and painter, so yes, but I'll tell you I do have some issues, right? So, um, so my mom, she like not even thinking, she like go run them over, and I'm thinking as a kid like, why would you go run over some folk with a gun when you, they already shot one of us? But she wasn't thinking, so we leave, and I remember having to pass this gas station on the way to the hospital. No, for real. She was like, go run them over. So I remember having to, we stopped at this gas station on the way to the hospital. And I just remember my mama just going hysterical. I'm in the back seat crying. She telling, like, getting out screaming, like, my baby just got shot. My baby just got shot. Somebody call the police. Somebody call the police, whatever. She goes in the gas station, gets some ice, come back and, like, wrap my hand up in, like, ice or whatever. And we get to the hospital, and y'all, just this quick, let me see. From Pasadena to Hurley was maybe, including our stop, was probably a 10 to 15 minute drive. I'm not sure because they were speeding too, right? But we get to the hospital. They greet us at the door. Mind you, I'm pregnant. We don't know if I'm shot anywhere else. So they bring out like a wheelchair, and then they take me to the OR. And they checking me, they undress me, everything to make sure I'm not shot anywhere else. When I tell y'all, it was so much family and friends there, like just that quick. I don't know, it seemed like people may have been listening to their police scanners or something, because the amount of people that was made aware of this in such a short time and made it to the hospital was crazy, right? And I remember, like, my son's father was there, and I remember him coming out of the bathroom wiping his eyes, and he talked about he had some dust in his eyes. No, pick that up, please. Excuse me. Can you pick this up, please, and throw it away? Come on, get your stuff up, get your trash up, and throw it away. You will not be getting any more snacks if you don't know how to clean up after yourself. Go throw it away, please, and thank you. Go throw it away, please. Thank you. So, um, family and friends was there. It was family I hadn't seen in years, y'all. You hear me? So, I remember my brother, may he rest in peace. He wasn't my blood brother, but he was a brother from another mother, you know? And he whispered in my ear, and he was like, sis, I know who did it. You want me to go? You want me to go get him? I was like, no, let me go get him. Mind y'all, I already said I don't know about guns. I wasn't no gun, like, I wasn't raised like that. Like, my stepfather had guns, but it was because he was a hunter, right, for the sport. Yeah. Um, yeah, they did, or actually care, or it's trying to be nosy. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you know what? Um, they thought I got shot in. Oh, be careful. Pull my shirt down, okay? Hold up. So everybody thought that they said I got shot in the head, not the hand, right? And people did care though. People legit did care. So everybody thinking I got shot in the head, so they like, oh my goodness, right? So that was, I'm 40 years old now, so that was like what, 23 years ago? 23, 24, 23, because my son is about to be 23 years old. I had you know, well, so this is the thing. My hand, dang, I wish my thing wasn't broke. So my hand. So when I went to the hospital, so what they did was they gave me, oops, my bad, y'all. So I had, yeah, so, oh wow, okay. So when they gave me a cast, right? They gave me a half cast. I'm trying to make friends and husband. Okay, 1 second. Let me finish the story and I'll get back to you, okay? Because M1Z, I got you. I'll answer that question in a minute. So, they gave me a half cast on the bottom part of my hand. So the bottom part was in a cast and the top part was wrapped in an ace bandage because of the open wound, right? So, what they ended up, let me prop this up so I can show y'all what they did. So I had to clean the wound like 2 or 3 times a day, to keep it from getting infected. And then, mind you, I'm 16, so even though I'm pregnant, I'm still in school, right? So, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. So, um, let me see if I can prop y'all up like this. Okay. So, what ended up happening was, um, they put a cast on this part of my arm to help heal the fractured bones, right? And then on the top, then they wrapped it all up in an ace bandage, put gauze right here on this side. And so what ended up happening was, I would have to unwrap it multiple times a day, 2 to 3 times a day, and I would have to clean it to keep it from getting infected. And so, I remember, I couldn't really like bend my fingers too much, but I had to because they didn't give me. Excuse me, no, they didn't give me any physical therapy. They didn't give me any physical therapy, so I pretty much had to heal my hand on my own. And so, um, my hand did heal. I do have full mobility of my hand. However, what's the phantom plan? Oh, phantom pain. What is that? Because I may get it, but I never knew the name of it. Excuse me. I'm on the phone here. Must you be rude? Must you be rude? Anyhow, so that's the Kenzo part of the channel. I'm mom. That's Kenzo making all the noise. Um, so yeah, so I went on to have my baby. He was, nothing happened to him during the shooting and everything. However, I started to tell this story because there's other parts, right, that goes on down the line. But I do get pain during different seasons when it's really cold, when it rains, things like that. If that's the phantom pain, I'm not sure. But I also, because I'm a licensed cosmetologist, it's like the pain when it happened. But yeah, yep, exactly. So sometimes my hand locks up on me. Like I done been in the middle of cutting hair before, and my fingers was like this, y'all. And when I first got shot, I had no feeling in my hand was just like limp, and I was like, so my arm, because of the cast, it had got so skinny, y'all. My hand was just like dangling. So it is some things I can't do with this hand because just I'm scared to still after 23 years I'm still scared to apply too much pressure to my hand because I'm just, again, I never had any physical therapy or anything, so I'm not even sure if it healed properly or what I can and can't do with it. Like I'm scared to do pull-ups, I'm scared to do push-ups. Like no, for real. Like listen, um so anyway, so thank y'all for listening and tuning into my story. But let me tell y'all. So this is why I started to share this story, right? It's because all of my life, like yeah, it's just, But I'll tell you this, like, for real. I don't know about y'all, but I believe in God, right? And I just believe, like, I mean, I just thank God for keeping me, because I was sitting like this. This is what I didn't tell y'all. In the car, I was sitting like this. Y'all see where that bullet came through at? If my little brother had not snatched me down, that could have went through my face. It could have went through my head, anything, right? And it could have claimed the life of me and my unborn child. So, um, after that, it was like, oh my goodness, right? Crazy thing is, a couple of months before that, my son's father was robbed. No, listen, for real. And sometimes it just takes an encounter with God to like really make a believer out of people, for real. Because I, even after that and believing, I still struggle with my faith at some point in my life, which caused me to like willfully sin. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a whole nother story. But now I'm not there anymore, thank God. However, 2 months before I was shot, my son's father was shot while I was only 2 months pregnant. Right? He was walking down the street, and somebody robbed him, and they shot him, and so he got shot while I was pregnant. Oh, thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. God bless you. And me too. And I know it's a blessing, and it was meant for me to live to talk about it so that I could share how good God is. Like, honestly, I didn't know everything. I didn't know a lot of things about faith or God or healing or deliverance or none of that stuff, right? Back then, I'm 16 years old, pregnant kid, right? But I ended up, I used to practice getting my teddy bear. I used to practice. I had a teddy bear, y'all, and I used to would practice with putting on my baby clothes on the teddy bear. I would put a diaper on the teddy bear, take the diaper off the teddy bear, just to see, excuse me, if I could function with my hand once my baby was born, because I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to properly take care of my baby if my hand did not heal properly. So when I say I healed my own hand without no physical therapy, come here. That's what I did. And so I did end up having my baby. But before I had my baby, I ended up having to drop out of school because um, I was um, I was on Vicodins. I was on a high like dosage. Well, it wasn't a high dosage, but Vicodin is I don't know if it's a narcotic or um, I think, is it a narcotic? I think it's a narcotic. However, that's good. I am so glad. I am so glad to hear that, Josh. And I can't wait. I hope you share your story and let me hear. Listen, you funny. But listen, no, for real. Like, always pretty much been a smart kid. I didn't always believe I was smart, but I'm more self-aware now for sure. Um, However, I finished school, just not then, right? So I ended up having to drop out of school because I was on these Vicodins, and it was like, if you're making a mess, stop it, give it here, and you're deliberately doing it. Stop, Kenzo.
Stop, Kenzo.
Don't mock me, please. I don't like that. I don't like when you do that. I love you. I love you. Okay, let me finish sharing the story. Okay, you gonna come and talk to them too?
Yeah.
So, what ended up happening was when I would take the medicine, I would be drowsy. When I take the medicine, I would be drowsy. If I didn't take the medicine, I would be in pain. So I'm at school, I'm either drowsy or I'm in pain. I can't function like that, right? So, oh, but that's still, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. But yeah, so can I help you, please?
Okay.
Okay. So what ended up happening was, I dropped out of school, so I would be in pain, y'all. Like after, because you can only take the medicine every 6 hours, right? So, and I already was on a low dosage because they didn't want it to mess with my baby, and so 4 hours into my medicine, after taking my medicine, I'm in excruciating pain. I can't sleep. So the doctor said to stop the pain, to hold me over until I could take more medicine, to elevate my hand over my heart rate, and that would stop the pain. And that would stop the pain. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I would sleep in a recliner a lot of days of my pregnancy because I was in pain from that gun, that bullet wound. And um, so I made a recovery. My son's dad made a recovery. Um, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Here. Um, how is that? So I'm sorry, I got distracted by Kenzo. So yeah, so my son's dad made a recovery. I made a recovery, and hold on, y'all. Can I do this while I'm on the phone with y'all?
Yeah.
I can't do it. Let me see. I don't want to do it. I'm trying to connect him to the Wi-Fi. So anyhow, what ended up? Go get your tablet. So, here, Kenzo. It is hot. What's the temperature? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place. But so yeah. So we both made a full recovery or whatnot. I believe he may still have the bullet in his back from, like, in his lower back from where he was shot, but mine's came out, thank God. And it was only my hand, but yeah, like, but so after that, y'all, my oldest son, who I was pregnant with when I was shot, when he was 1 year old, he was in a car that got shot at close range, right? And that was like one of the most horrifying things. Horrific, you hear me? To me, like, but this is when I really, my faith really kicked in, right? This is when I really learned that how good God was for real, because my son, he was in a car with 3 adults, and they were going to the store, and I don't want to go deep into what happened with me allowing him to go, because I was really doubting. Like, I felt something in my spirit, like I shouldn't let him go. But then, and I even had like a vision. I even had a vision of a car getting shot up. And I didn't understand what that was, right? Because it wasn't the car that my son was in, it was a car. So as I'm strapping him into the car, I said, let me get a good look at everybody in her face. So if something happens to my baby, I know who to come looking for, right? So the driver was the only person I knew in the car. I didn't know the other 2 guys. It was a driver, it was somebody on the front passenger, and then somebody behind the driver. And then I strapped my baby in behind the passenger. And where we lived versus where they were going, it was like maybe a 2-minute drive, a 5-minute walk, right? So I'm like, okay. The only way I decided to the only way I was comfortable letting my baby go to the store for sure was if I walk up there behind them, right? So I've always been overprotective of my children because of things that happened to me as a child, right? So, oh, hey, Dr. Kenzo. I'm sorry, you guys. Dr. Kenzo just walked in the room. Hey, hey, Dr. Kenzo.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. He say thank you, sir, to everybody. He haven't learned ma'am yet. um, can you hear my heartbeat? You gotta check my heart.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. What did you hear? It sounds like I have a strong heartbeat. You want me to check yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out.
Take a deep breath in and say, breathe out. Okay. Yes, you got a good, strong heartbeat, just like your mom. High five. Good job, Kenzo. So, what Now how are you going to get it from back there? He's going to try to pull the couch out, and he can't. But thank you, Josh. Oh, that's Jimbo. Hey, Jimbo. Thank you. So I walked up the street behind the car, right? I get like halfway up the street, and I stopped to tie my shoe. It was me and my little sister. I stopped to tie my shoe. When I stood back up, the car was blocked off by a truck. A truck had blocked them off, right? Like two guys had got out the car, just shooting the car up, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I just, my baby, right? So I run up the street. Me and my little sister, we run up the street. I'm screaming. I'm like, "They just shot my baby. They just shot," you know what I'm saying? So I get up the street. The cars, like, they sped off in different directions, right? I don't know what's happening. Um, Cause I knew this guy, but he was like a friend of the family. But it just, we wasn't that close. That's why I really didn't feel comfortable letting my baby go with him. But at this point, he 1 years old, so I'm 18, right? Still not making the right decisions. So, but no, seriously, I'm grateful that I had the unctions in my spirit that I did have enough to where I followed them up the street, because had I went in the house, I wouldn't have known what happened, right? So I run up the street, they speed off. So I go back home. I go back to my mom's house. I'm like, "Mom, they just shot the car up with D in there. They just," and I'm going hysterical, y'all. Like, so we call the police. We call the hospitals. I'm asking, like, this probably happened in four. I'm blessed for sure, Josh. um, this happened in like maybe four something in the afternoon, and we are. Thanks, Jimbo. Um, so, so what ended up happening was um, I am single, to answer your question. However, what ended up happening was I'm calling we calling the hospital, we calling the police. We trying to find out, was there any John Doe babies who was shot in an accident, anything, because I'm calling every number I knew for this boy. I'm calling his parents. Nobody knows where he is. So I tell his mom, I'm like, "Hey," because I asked whose car he was driving. He was like, "This is my mom's car." I'm like, "Okay." I'm building, So I called him. My mom like, "He don't have my car." I was like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't just kill my baby." You know what I'm saying? So um, that day I'm thinking, if my baby don't come back here alive, it's over for me. It's over for me, because my baby gave me purpose. He gave me a reason to live, right? I'm a teenager who dealing with all these different traumas and all this different stuff that I survived. And having that child helped me. Now, I wouldn't tell a teenager to go and have a baby. No, I wouldn't. Go get you a pet. Go get you a fish. Go get you a dog. Go get you a cat. Get you a parrot because it talks back. I don't know. And listen, I would not recommend a teenager have a child, because that's traumatic as well, right? However, for me, this is what took place in my life that was helping my mental, right? Helping me emotionally. I come from a big family, but it wasn't like a lot of love shown from the parents, right? So it was like you had to find love however you can get it. And once my siblings had grew up and started their own families, it was like, "You okay?" I'm sorry, 1 second. Hey, I'm sorry that happened to you. You have to be careful. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta be careful, Mama Pooh, babe. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Want me to kiss it? Where you hurt? Oh, thank you. Say hi, friends. Yes, they are very expensive. Very. Especially when it's a one-parent household. So, very expensive. Um, right, he do. Oh, you're right. Oh, he dropped the stethoscope behind the couch, so I can't even get it right now. So but yeah, so why are you jealous? Because you don't have a whole bunch of kids. No, I'm just playing. Listen, um, so I'm like, it's I just knew for a fact like if my baby didn't come back, my life was gonna be over because that was my reason for living, right? Once again, how God showed His grace and His mercy is because it was 4 people in the car, 2 shooters shooting close range, and no one in that car was hit. I lied to you not. It was like the angels had shielded the vehicle to where no one was hit. Because when I think about all the ways that that situation could have went, I think about how my baby was not. Um, oh, I'm sure. God bless your heart, Josh, because um, that I'm sure that's a lot. I work in the healthcare field, and that's a lot. um, however, and I work with at risk youth as well, and and yeah, you do. So um, I'm calling around. I'm going crazy, y'all. I started smoking that day. I started smoking Black and Miles, and I remember like it had started to get late and we still hadn't heard nothing. We still calling the hospitals and things stop, and we just calling like every 30 minutes, every hour to update just to see if anything changed. I love you. I love you, Kenzo. How old are you?
3.
You're 3? Oh wow, that's a big age. And so, um, Kenzo was not gonna let me finish this story. So what ended up happening was I went up to the hospital probably um, probably like 11 something at night, I think. We finally went out to the hospital. I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go out here and look myself. I don't know who I thought I was, but I was like, in order to get something done right, you have to do it yourself, right? And um, I'm like, look, I gotta go out to the hospital myself and look for my baby, because I couldn't just sit home and do nothing. So I went and I got out to the hospital, and when we got to the hospital, I got a phone call saying he had dropped my baby off. So we get back to the house. I'm checking my baby fingers and toes and everything, making sure he okay, and he was good, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted this boy head. The one who was driving, I wanted his head because I'm like, you deliberately tried to use my baby as a human shield, and you knew you had something going on and tried to come pick my baby up. But y'all, God do not like ugly, right? That came back on him. A couple of months later, um, he was at a dice game or something, and he, y'all, he he got shot. He got shot, and he died. Except they revived him. Right now, today, 22 years later, he still has a bullet in his body. And every time he see my son, who will be 23 on September 1st, God willing, he see my son, he say, you my guardian angel. Because he really believed that my son being in that car saved his life. And I believe it too, because ain't no way it's close range, 2 shooters, and it's 4 people in the car. Nobody hit. That wasn't nothing but the grace and mercy of God. I know it was. So I don't need no convincing. I know. I've seen him do it over the years since then. I've seen God move. So I know that he protected my child, right? When I tell you, um, man, y'all, I never let my son go nowhere else. So excuse me, Kenzo is a drummer if y'all didn't know. And so he insists on playing the drums. It doesn't even matter. Can you throw your chip bag away? Y'all see them two brushes he using? Listen. And he has drumsticks, but he used whatever he wants to. He's a true drummer, right? So anyway, let me try to get away from his noise. What tends to happen is he follows me wherever I go. So even if I get away from the noise, he brings the noise wherever I go. So um, what ended up happening? Yeah, I mean I don't know if I got bulletproof stress, but um, my y'all funny, but thank y'all for tuning in. I mean, I know I've been going on and on, but no, but and that's not even the end of the story. It's just that Kenzo is not going to let me finish the story, and it's not a story that can be rushed, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, like, so, what ended up happening after that? Get that man on record. Like, no, y'all have to go and watch some of the other videos. He for sure be singing, playing instruments, everything. And so, oh, listen. Y'all go check out our TikTok. I think it's called Levon Bless Homes or Bonnie Strong or something. I don't know. Um, when he was smaller, he was on there playing the piano. And he's never had any music lessons or anything. But let me see if I can go outside while he's not paying attention. Oh, it's so hot out here though. So anyway, y'all, because he's not gonna let me finish the story. So what ended up happening was, um, my son, he survived, everybody survived, all of that good stuff, right? And then other things happened along the way, but right now I'm just kind of sharing gun violence stories, right? And the things. So as overprotective as I am of my children, um, I have I have three boys, right? I have a 22-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, and then I have Kenzo, who's 3. And I've always shielded them. I raised them up in Christ. Oh yeah, I played the violin as a kid, and then I love the piano too, but I never was confident enough to take lessons. And so maybe one day though. And so I y'all, I moved my so last year my 17-year-old had a 13-year-old family member who was gunned down, and I didn't want my son to become a casualty because even though I didn't raise him out there in the streets and he didn't get to go anywhere and do anything, stuff happens, right? And he really only was like going to school and church and family members' houses. I didn't let him go anywhere else. He played sports, but because he's a teenager. I taught him how to be self-sufficient. He would ride the bus and things like that, right? And so um, it's like, anything could have taken place on his way from school, on his way to the bus stop, anything. So I was just like, you know what? Me and the other parent was like, we're going to move him away from here, which was Flint. We lived in Flint, Michigan, right? And so the other, so I let him go stay in Indiana with the other parent, just so that he could live his life without, any backlash or any, like I said, becoming a casualty. So, okay, that was when I let him go stay with the other parent. That was in June. And no, for sure. Like, man, listen, when um, I was just like, so we agreed to let him go stay in Indiana. So he went to go stay in Indiana. That was June of 2024. In December of 2024, I moved here to Arizona. And after I had been here for a little while, things wasn't, him and the other parent was bumping heads. And I was like, you know what? He'll be 18 in a couple of months. My 3-year-old, he's 3 now, he was 2 and he hadn't had a chance to see his brother in like months, right? At least 6 months at the time. And so I said, you know what? He's going to come move here with me and spend some time with me and his brother before My baby turned 3 before he turned 18, because once he turned 18, he's pretty much is going to be able to make some decisions on his own. So it's just, or he'll be responsible for himself. I'm not the type of mother to just kick my children to the curb when they turn 18. I still help them as much as I can. But this particular kid is headstrong and he's determined to get out here in the world and blaze his own trail. And so it's only so much that I can do, right? Because they legally grown. So, um, my baby went back to Flint last month, um, like July 19th, I think. And he was staying with his brother, and um, he went back to visit family and to spend time to celebrate his other cousin who passed away in November last year, right? So on August 6th was his cousin's birthday, but August 5th, he got out, he went shopping, he went and got his clothes and things, and he had went over to his aunt's house to um, get his hair done. So while over his aunt's house, what do you know? The house gets shot up. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, what? So I get a call, and that was the worst call a parent could get, right? And especially when you have already had all of these incidences with gun violence and things like that, and you've already tried to shield your children and protect them in every way that you can to make sure that they're not a victim of, you know, gun violence. And y'all, I got a text that said, call me ASAP because our baby just got shot. And I'm just like, what do you mean? So, yeah, y'all. I was just like, and I said all of that not to just put y'all in my business, but because I'm a true and transparent person, right? And I just was thinking, it hasn't left my mind, right? Since it happened, like, I just still can't believe, I'm sorry, excuse me. I just still can't believe that happened to my baby. So it's just like, dang, like, we could try as much as we can or as much as we want to try to avoid certain things from taking place. And sometimes um, your best efforts is just not enough. But yeah, he survived though. He's not unalive. He survived, and I thank God that he survived that. But yeah, it's a lot going on in the city of Flint. So I just say y'all keep them in y'all prayers. If y'all have family there, keep them in y'all prayers. I get them out of there, especially the kids, because although it's violence everywhere, Flint, Michigan has a lot going on right now. Um, Not stressful and rough. Not so much. I mean, you could say that, but no, it's just you know how they say, um, no, the Bible actually says to whom much is given, much is required, right? So when we have a call in your life or when you're chosen or and things like that, it's going to be a lot of opposition. It's going to be a lot of things that come against you to try to make you lose your faith or to try to take you out to where you cannot carry out the plans in which God created you for, right? And so that's why things happen to make you lose your faith. Things happen to you to make you question God or doubt God and things like that. As a young person, it happens sometimes as a kid. And then you grow up thinking one way until you come into the knowledge of the truth. And then you're like, oh, that's why this happened to me. Or this is why this happened to me. This is why I lived through this. And it's like your testimony helps somebody else, right? And so if we don't share our testimonies, then how do the next person who's going through the same thing that we experience, how do they make it through what they're going through? How do they know that they can overcome that thing if somebody else who made it through or who overcame don't share, right? So it's okay. Like, I'm not sad. I know my voice is a little, but was I upset to get that phone call about my son? I was, especially because I tried so hard. I tried to keep him from Flint. I tried to make sure that he was good. Because, Josh, let me tell you, right? Because I had to do a lot of wrong stuff before I started getting it right. And so now I have been in preparation to become the wife that I am created to be. And I do not want to get married before I am fully prepared. I don't want to meet him before he fully prepared. And so I think we just in preparation. Whoever he is, I think we just in preparation. Like, for real. So, I am a dope person, though, I will say that. But yeah, so um when you know, we'll know. I don't know. Thank God for his grace and mercy. But yeah. Going back to M1Z. I didn't forget about you. In regards, hey, yo, you, can you chill? so, let me see if I can sneak into my sunroom. So, hold on, because I think he's going to find me. Oh, no, don't stop looking. Don't, love will find you. So the thing is, I haven't given up on love. I've had my heart broke 1,000 times, right? I have been a single mother of 3 children, and I'm not giving up on love. I don't care. I am not giving up because love, God is love, right? But it is meant for God. The Bible, look, you said that you was a believer, so let me help you understand, friend, that God said that it is not good for a man to be alone. And then the Bible also talks about how two is better than one, because if one fall, who is there to pick him up, right? If he fall by himself, then he fall, it's gonna be harder for him to get up. If he got somebody there with him, they can help him get up, right? And if one is cold, then the other can help warm him up. You know what I'm saying? And that's scripture for real. Um, No, for sure. Like, I'm telling you, it's worth it. The thing is, we just have to, our mindset has to change, right? And when it comes to dating and things, our mindset has to change. And we gotta, like, really have to seek God on who it is that we should be with, right? I know it sounds like, oh, she's just talking about God and this. No, I'm serious, right? Um, you have to seek out on who it is, because he created somebody especially for you. But if you keep spending all your time on the wrong people, the people who's going to cheat on you, the people who's going to lie to you, all of these things, right? That's what's going to make you lose hope in love, and then you may never get married or be with the person you're supposed to be with, because you lost faith. You lost faith that it's even possible because of all of your bad experiences, right? So, look, I'm telling you, enjoy yourself, right? Get you a strong relationship with God. Change up your circle of friends. And if your spouse cheating with your friend, that ain't no friend. Change your circle of friends. Change the type of women you interested in. Get the ones that you wouldn't normally be interested in a chance sometimes. You never know. That might be the one who will love you to death. Anyway, M1Z. um, it's as it pertains to friends. My motto is um, I don't have a lot of friends. I'm gonna just be honest, never have. But that's because I'm the middle of 11 children, right? And so we never needed a lot of friends. But just in case you wanted a friend, you gotta first of all, like how I taught my children, is that it's it's a certain level of loyalty that comes with being called a friend. Like everybody not your friend. Some people are acquaintance, some people are associates, and some people just people. But everybody not a friend, right? So that's the first thing. Because and I tell you this, I look at my friends like my family, right? So if I consider you my family, then you more than a friend.
Come on.
But what do you need? Cause no,
Mommy.
you're not going outside.
What?
I'm trying to go outside so he can stop beating this drum in my ear. So but I also am trying to put some water in the fridge. Um, but yeah, in regards to looking for friends or trying to find friends, just be yourself. Be 100% genuine. Just be yourself. And if a person don't um, want to be your friend and you just being yourself, then they're not worthy of you. But don't change who you are just so somebody else can accept you. Mm-mm. Continue to be true to who you are. Be who you are, and those people who are meant to be a part of your life, they'll come to you. They'll be drawn to you. And I'm saying this with all like I know this for a fact because like I never really cared for a lot of friends. I got I got 8 sisters. Okay, I got 8 sisters and 3 brothers. And yeah, I think I was the middle of 12. I mean 11, but that's because on my mom's side, she had 11 kids, and then I have a sister on my dad's side, so it's 12 altogether. But on my mom's side, she had eight girls and 3 boys. I mean, um, I ain't gonna hold you up. Even with all those siblings, they ain't all my friends. Like sometimes having a big family can be a blessing and a curse. Like, and I ain't gonna hold you up. Come on, Kenzo, where are you? Okay, come on, honey. It's hot out here. So, sometimes being a part of a big family can be a blessing and a curse. And y'all gonna have good times, y'all gonna have bad times. And sometimes people, you know, once you start forming your own individual families, things change sometimes. And the dynamic is different than it was before. There ain't no love lost. Follow your path. Go your way. Go the way you feel led to go. And but in regards to having friends, so like I've had in my 40 years, because I am 40 years old and 40 years young. I can count on one hand how many close friends I've had, and I can count on a couple fingers how close we are to this day, right? But the thing is too, like life change, you move, phone numbers change, things change, like um your faith changes, and so things change. Oh no, for sure, family can be, but well yeah. So y'all, I've been on this thing talking for almost an hour. You're not even halfway there, kind of. You talking about because I'm 40? So, I'm not tripping. You hear me say 40 years young? I'm good. So, no one ever thinks I'm 40. I just turned 40, but um, I guess some women, they be like, oh, I'm so jealous. And they be like, no way you have a 23-year-old. Well, he's not 23 years, but we claim it in the name of Jesus. No way you have a 23-year-old. And no way you have a 17-year-old. You don't look that old to have a kid that old. I remember when I was in college and my son, he used to come up there. He was like, I don't know, maybe 12. But he was so tall and so mature, they thought that he was my little brother. So I was getting off the bus one day, walking to the school, and what spirit? What spirit, Josh? So one of my classmates was like, "Hey, Levon, so you're bringing your little brother to school?" And I was like, "No, this is my son." She was like, "No way." Yes way. God is good. I can't take no glory for anything because God is good. He has helped. He has kept me for sure. He has kept me because um I have not done the very best with my health or with my body or my temple. You know, I haven't treated my body the way I should have over the years. Remember, there was a time where I was willfully sinning, doing things that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I thank God for keeping me, like for real. So yeah. Yeah, you're right. Young and free. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, people sometimes they get intimidated by me because I'm a strong individual and I'm very likable. But I don't want to gloat or nothing like that. I'm trying to remain humble. Like, I'm just saying, for those who don't know me in real life, I'm really a dope person. Like, I'm really cool. Like, very caring, loving, you know, easy to talk to. As you can see, I've been on here talking to y'all for over an hour now. You know what I'm saying? Easy to talk to. But yeah. So it was good talking to y'all, and I thank y'all for just tuning in. I did not plan on talking for that long. I planned on sharing the story, but Kenzo kept interrupting, doing all this different stuff. So, but yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Yep, yep, we love y'all. Even though we don't know y'all in real life, you know, we love y'all. But yeah. All right, Josh. It was good to talk to you. Thanks, Dad. All right, check y'all out later.